My first experience with art was with music when I was probably, I don't know, like 2 or 3. And my family would always have like assorted instruments around the house just in case anyone wanted to like play around. So there was always like a ukulele or a melodica or like a slide whistle that we could just play with. And I think like, you know, my dad is a musician, my mom is a graphic designer, so we always had a lot of music in the family. Well, I didn't really think about that when I was applying, which is kind of interesting because it's sort of become like my main, it's been on my mind a lot recently, but yeah, I just thought, you know, I'm a person who gets into phases of things, and I kind of like, when I'm in it, I think that, you know, I'm never going to stop liking this, and it's never going to be overpowered by anything else. So when I was really deep into theater, I thought, like, I'm going to be on Broadway, I'm going to be an actor for the rest of my life, and that's what I'm going to do. And I kind of forgot about music. When I thought about what the music program here actually is, it became less and less appealing to me as someone who's interested in contemporary music and traditional music. It just, you know, it seemed like there wasn't a place in music for me here, at least not right now, maybe in the future, but yeah, I started becoming more aware of what the WFMA program actually was, and that it, you know, involves more than just filmmaking. It's creative writing, songwriting, poetry, all of this awesome stuff, and I just thought back to what I really enjoy about school as a whole, and it's usually English class, and that's kind of like, you know, what I'm hoping for. Well, for one, in the theater department, I think as I was going about my sort of extracurricular music endeavors, which had to be, you know, outside of my scheduled class time because I just didn't have time, I always felt like there was this sense that my peers, or at least some of my peers, were, you know, only really recognizing it as a hobby. If they did recognize it at all, they weren't recognizing it as like something that I might, you know, go into. Even my teachers, in a way, you know, would kind of downplay all of my outside, you know, interests and make me feel like I only had to do theater for the time that I was at Walnut Hill. And I think in a broader sense, the theater department tends to favor kids who are planning on going into theater as a profession and in college. So as someone who, you know, always was expressing that I probably didn't want to do that, it was hard for me to be in class just because there was a lot of things that they would talk about that were only strictly helping those people who are going to theater as a profession and not just educating the artist in a broader way. To an artist, I would say find as much time as you can to do something that you don't get the chance to do in your everyday life. But I'd also say if you're being boxed in, think about what you like about what you're doing now and what would be different if you were doing something else, and just, you know, weigh those and find what you really want to do and go after it.